Hello everyone, welcome back to my complex heatmap video tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you the cell function because I just explained how the cell function works for the complex heatmap and show you how to add the value into the heatmap body using cell function. So it will be a short video. Then I have time in this video to show you how to set the row and the column orders. So first let's have a look at the cell function. For the demonstration, we can just create a small matrix data from the matrix data. Let's create it. And we can have a look at the matrix data. You can see we only have 9 rows and 9 columns. We have both positive and negative values in this matrix data. So next we can set a color function using the color ramp tool from the synchronize package. So we can set the value vector as -2, 0, and 2, then the color vector as green to white, then to red. So let's set the color function. Now we can use the small matrix data and the color function. We set it up here to create a heat map. You can see now we have a heat map to show the values in the matrix data. Green color will be negative value, red color will be positive value. Value around 0 will be in white color. So we are talking about the cell function. You can see the cell function has 7 arguments. J is the column index and I is the row index. For example, if we set both J and I as 1, then it refers to the first cell in the heatmap body. X and Y set the coordinators for each cell in the heatmap body. Then width and height indicate the width and also the height for each cell. Fill is the function that we filled the color for each cell to indicate the value for the matrix data. So by default, when we run the heatmap function, we actually run the cell function indicated here, and we just didn't add more arguments in the cell function. For example, if we run this code, we will generate the same heatmap as the code up here. So let's clear the heatmap in the plot windows first. We can run this code now to show the cell function argument. You can see we generated exactly same heatmap as the code we run up here. So you can combine the cell function with the other functions to show lots of information from your matrix data. But the most common use of cell function is to add the value of the matrix data on the heatmap. So for that, we can add the new arguments in this bracket. So here is the demonstration code that we can get the value from each cell. So the matrix data is numeric data. So we can change them to text and draw the text in each cell. And we can set the front size as 10. So let's run. You can see now we added the value in each cell. We have both positive and negative values. If you just want to show the positive value, so we can select the data that is bigger than 0 in each cell, then draw it again. So let's run. you can see now we only show the positive values in the cells. As I mentioned, you can combine the cell function with other arguments. For demonstration, we can just use the split function. We can use the k-means function to split the rows into slices and also the columns into 2 slices. And we can set the border as true. So let's run this code now. You can see we split the rows and the columns into 4 slices. And we also add the values into each cell. So I showed you how to use the cell function to add the matrix data on the heat map. And there are more demonstrations from the online tutorial, and you can have a look at the online tutorial. And also the online tutorial has a layer function. It is very similar to the cell function, but it is a more advanced function that you can use. So now I can show you how to set the row and the column orders. So let's use the full matrix data. We can make the plot first. You can see by default, when we run the heat map function, we cast the both row data and the column data. Then the row names and the column names are not in order. So on the heat map, you can clearly see the order for the row names and the column names. And you can also extract the order for the column names and the row names. So let's first run the heat map as HT heat map. Then we can draw the heat map. In this way, you can get reproducible data for the row name orders and the column name orders. So let's draw the HT heat map. Because we didn't give a name, you can see now the name is matrix 2. So now we can use the row order function to get the row orders. You can see now the row order is from 18, 11, 7, 13. Basically it's the same as here. And also we can use the column order function to extract the column names order. You can see now it's 14, 18 until 11. And again, it is the same order as the column name order on the heat map. So I showed you how to extract the row order and the column order. Now I can show you how to set the row and the column orders using the row order and the column order arguments when we plot the heat map. So by default, the row order argument and the column order argument is false. If we set the row order and the column order now, then the row and the column casting is turned off on the heat map. At the moment, the row names and the column names are characters. So the row order and the column order can be set as character vectors. So if we just set the row order and the column order as character vectors, let's run this code and order the row names and the column names. So you can see we created a heat map. You can see now the row names and also the column names are ordered by the order of their character and the numbers. So the order will be row 1, next one is row 1, 0 until 18, then row 2 until row 9. It will be the same for the column names. If we want to set the orders for the row names and also the column names according to the number order, we need to get the number for the row names and the column names as numeric data. Then order the row names and the column names according to the numeric order. So let's get the row and the column numbers, then reorder it as the number order. So let's run this code. You can see now we generated a heat map, and the rows were arranged from row 1 to row 18, and also the columns were arranged from column 1 to column 24. And you can see, because we set the row order and the column order arguments, then the heat map doesn't show the dendrogram for the column clustering and the row clustering. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I'm going to stop from here. I hope this tutorial could help your data analysis. Please subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed it. Thank you, and see you in my next video tutorial.